Being involved in Instructional Coaches Network has helped me to become more reflective about my teaching practices. One of the things I read in one of the books that were provided for us was from Robin Jackson, who said, it talked about high expectations. And she said that high expectations are about the teacher and about believing that you can get a student or get a child to learn. And that's carried over into my classroom, and I've seen kids now engage and doing work that they may not have done before just because I'm believing that they can do it. So it's done some nice work in helping me just be reflective and think about that and look for changes in my classroom.
I agree, and I have taken some of Robin Jackson's practice that she has taught in that book as well and applied it to my classroom as far as holding students accountable for their learning and keeping those expectations high. And I'm teaching math now and taking the learning trackers and giving those to students so they see what the I can statements are for that unit, and they're able to then take more ownership of their learning. And not only do they see those statements, but then they take their quiz scores and the work that they've been doing and they reflect on it. And so that's been helpful in my own teaching, and I've been able to then carry that over with my coachee as well, and help her to try and hold her students more accountable for their own learning.
I was fortunate in I was paired with a teacher that teaches the same grade level and same subject area I do, is 7th grade math, and to have conversations that are similar about things that are going well, things that are frustrating. One thing we talked about quite a while is problem solving, practice one through the Common Core. I just feel like having that conversation across districts is powerful. It was a common bond that we could share almost instantly.
Speaking of across districts, so many times we have conversations about, oh, we wish we could go observe other teachers and we wish we could get into other classrooms, and the ICN has given us the opportunity to be able to go to other schools around the county and see what other credible teachers are doing and just have conversations centered around teaching and learning, where for an entire day that's what your focus is. And it's really hard to find that sometimes in your own school and within your own classroom. So that's been a really powerful part for me.
I would agree. It's made me more reflective on my own teaching and the impact I have on my own students when I have the opportunity to go and see another teacher in a different district and see what he is doing and bounce ideas off of each other, and then I can go back to my own classroom and use some of those ideas and share those ideas with teachers in my building. And so it's collaborative as much as it is a coaching experience.
I think for me, just the renewed excitement about teaching and about sharing my practice with other people and building this collaborative community that is supportive to each other. So just reaching out to all ends of county, actually. Yeah, just that excitement that I can help other people and I can get something back from them. So it's been a real valuable experience.
Knowing that you can have an impact on someone else's career is encouraging, and it gives me value knowing that I might be of benefit or of help to someone.
I think that the other side of that is how it helps me as well. Whenever you start looking at someone else, you think, wow, that's cool, and it just gives you a shot.
That empowering both ways. I feel like I empowered my coachee, but she also brought a lot of excitement to my teaching, so that was empowering to me as well.
And as you're having conversations with someone else about what their intentionality is and how they design their instruction, it causes me to reflect on what my intentions are and how I'm designing my instruction for my students, and making sure it's sharpening the blade, where it's sharpening my own instruction because I'm even more reflective.
It's making me be more intentional, looking at the research and helping my teacher that I'm working with to find the resources has really been valuable for me as well, because I'm finding tools along the way that will help me as we're working together. So it's definitely been a reciprocal coaching experience. I feel like I'm gaining just as much or more from my coachee that she is gaining from me. Definitely been powerful in that respect, because it's helping me to refine my practice.
And I teach everything but science. So finding a way for us to connect, at first I thought might be a little challenging, but with Common Core standards, integrating writing across the curriculum, it was easy for us to then find that connection. And as a teacher who teaches writing workshop every day, I could share my writing experiences with her, share resources with her at the same grade level. So that was really, really cool. And then I was able to set up a day for her to come to my school district and visit with 3 other science teachers, as well as myself, in Readers and Writers Workshop. And it was very eye-opening for her to see what other 5th grade science teachers are doing in the county, what 6th grade science teachers are doing, how they're integrating the Van Andel Educational Institute, just kind of how everything's coming together. So that was really neat for us to be able to spend that day together.
My coachee was very appreciative. I think I would love to keep the relationship going for another year. They're just gaining momentum, and I even feel like she's the same grade level as I am. I feel like it's a relationship that will go on for years now. I think we've had that connection and we have that comfort with each other, and I can share resources and ask questions. It's just an outside person, another person to network with and to support your learning, teaching.
I was able to work with another veteran teacher as one of my coaches, and it was nice to be able to go to another district, do some major brainstorming with someone, pull ideas that both of us had in, and then she began to implement. And I think part of this is, as teachers, we have so many great ideas and different things that we'd really like to try, but when you have someone else that you're brainstorming with, conversing with back and forth, it ups that little bit of accountability that you, those things that have been on your list for so long that you want to try and you want to attempt, it gives you that little extra boost of, okay, I'm going to do it this time and I'm actually going to implement this piece to improve my teaching and to make a connection with the educational portion.
One thing I wondered about was just even thinking if we would go into a whole grade level, the grade level team to collaborate and to just create that self-sustaining coaching. Once you're gone, that team would start doing it themselves.
Things I really liked about the ICN training is we're thinking this, but what part knowing that it's dynamic and continues to change and grow. I think that's a real good thing.
I liked a lot of the reading that we needed to do. As an educator, you're in a building and you're with different teachers who have different motivations, different levels of motivation. And I liked how the reading and the training put it into a clear way of communicating high will, high skill, low skill, and trying to figure out where people fall. And then depending on that, how you can approach encouraging them and motivating them and walking alongside them as they strive, hopefully, to become a better teacher. And it was just a neat way of putting it down into concrete approach, and I appreciated that. You know it, but to see it in writing that way and then to have strategies to go with was very helpful.
I've appreciated the ICN trainers and their flexibility and willing to adapt to our needs and asking what we need and come along and support, allowing us to be the expert.
I would highly recommend getting involved as a coach or a coachee. It's a great thing that we can build in Ottawa County and refine our education.
I think the vision of it is exciting. Ottawa County grew this program to be a place where there were 20, 30, 40 coaches going out and meeting with teachers in other districts, and not only would it be a situation or a program where teachers are coaching and encouraging others, we're sharing ideas. It's almost like we would be coming together as a county and making all of the schools better because there's so much more intentionality in getting to each other's districts.
This has just been a wonderful resource for educators. The relationships that we've been able to build and the support that we've had both from each other as well as from our trainers has been a way for us to be coached at the same time that we are coaching others. And I think seeing yourself in both positions is so important because as an educator, we're never really finished with our learning. There's always places for us to improve, but there's also always pieces that we can give out to other educators, which is